Welcome back to this week's podcast episode. Thanks for tuning in with me and Tony. Tony, how's it going this week, my man?
Dude, it's going well. It's going well so far, man. It's actually the end of the week, getting close to the end of the week. So my week was good.
Your week
very good.
has been good. Yeah. You just were talking about this conference you've been at, or like tuning in to virtually.
Yeah. So we have this. My wife and I were part of YWAM, Youth with a Mission, and so it's like a missions organization. And so we every so often we have these conferences that happen where missionaries from all over the world come and join. But because of the state of the world we're living in, it's all being done over Zoom right now. So people can kind of like tune in from home. So we're getting to watch it we're in California right now. So we'll get to watch it here, but people from all around the world are watching it on different time zones. And so it just happens to fall in the evening.
How's little baby Hudson doing?
Dude, Hudson is it's doing good. Today's actually his 7-month anniversary of being born.
Wow, 7-month anniversary of being alive.
Yeah, born. I would say birthday, but that is not accurate.
7-month birthday. Well,
yeah, but 7-month birthday it doesn't sound right.
You're right. Anniversary of being alive.
Anniversary of being alive is much. Mm-hmm.
That's natural.
So he was born on the 4th of July, which is really cool.
Oh, that's right.
Something to celebrate. Yeah, but dude, he's doing good. He's growing teeth. Here's a quick fact I bet you didn't know about teeth.
I'll bring it on.
Baby teeth, you have to brush them.
What? I know nothing about like parenting.
Dude, here's parenting. I'll just give you a parenting tip every time we teach.
Oh, Tony's parenting tip. I love that.
You have to brush you have to brush the baby's tooth. Even though it's singular in this moment, you have to get a little rag and kind of like on it.
Do you use any teeth cleaning product?
Water, mainly.
God's teeth cleaning product, water.
Yeah, people probably use some form of like fluoride or something like that. But I remember watching Parks and Rec, and they didn't like fluoride.
That's true. Leslie Knope.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So,
although,
yeah. So,
was that a political thing? I could never figure out that episode out specifically. If that was like a political, like, do Democrats not like fluoride more than Republicans, or was
honestly, I am so like politically ignorant. I don't know. It just goes like right over my head. We
tackle the really hot button topics here, like fluoride. Really hot topics, like you know what I mean. Really controversial stuff.
That's really happening in the world.
Yeah,
today.
The news, the really important stuff.
Mm.
Oh man. Well, are you ready for our game?
Yeah, man. I'm all queued up over here.
All right, let's do it. We are gonna play Christianese Catchphrase. For those of you who don't know, Christianese is like the lingo or language that Christians use. We slip into it. It's a bunch of like basically Christian slang, and then catchphrase is a game where you describe a certain word. You can say anything, you just can't say that word. So you can say anything about the word to describe it. You just can't say the exact word. You can't say it rhymes with a certain word, and you can't spell the word or use any spelling to get to the word. You just have to describe it. So we each have our own list we found of Christianese words or phrases. We can do phrases too, by the way. And we're going to try to describe those the best we can, which we'll see if this is hard or easy. I have no idea. You've been at a YWAM conference all week, so you are fresh.
Yeah,
ready to go.
Fresh of all of the Christianese. So if I do bad at this, shame on me.
Conference for you. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you want to go first?
I feel like you should go first. I got to get warmed up.
Am I going first describing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. You describe first.
Okay.
You go first.
I've got my list here. Let me pick one. Okay, I've got it. Should we do a time on the clock?
Oh yeah, that way we could be here forever.
Okay, ready? Set a timer for 30 seconds. A minute, 45 seconds.
It's a perfect in between ground.
Set a timer for 45 seconds. Okay, ready?
Just for those of you
This,
listening, he was not telling me to do that. He
yeah, I'm
was
not
telling
a
his phone to
bossy
do that.
host. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Here we go. This is a word for when someone is not doing so well. You might want to check up on your brother in the Lord when they are blank.
Struggling.
It's the Christianese word for struggling.
Word for
Exactly.
struggling.
If they're not headed forward, they're
Backsliding.
yeah, backsliding. Ding ding ding. Oh, we got it. I
Mm.
knew you could get it. All right. You got mine.
Yeah. All
I
right.
think we
Here's
can
the
get all
first
these in
one.
45 seconds. All right.
All
Here
right.
we go. I'm
Do I
starting
need
the
to set a
timer
timer
over.
on my side? Oh, yeah. Cool.
I got you. 3, 2, 1.
All right. This is a word for when somebody's really good at something. It's they're
I know it. Is blessed.
nope. It's as if somebody has given them a talent to be able to do something.
Anointed.
Yeah.
I love how much we misuse that. Oh, good stuff. Okay, let me look at my next one. Okay, this one is gonna be hard to not say any of the words in the phrase. This is a phrase. Ready?
Cool. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. A pastor might say, a congregation of people, we're all collectively going through a season. I'm using more Christianese to describe the Christianese. We're it's instead of using going it's hard not to say any it's a certain amount of words. It's this they say in small groups a lot. You might be going through something as a small group, and they might say, oh, we're just gonna this is not good. Oh, time's up. It was doing life together. I had no idea how to describe that without saying that.
Oh,
you got your next word ready?
Yeah. All right. So this one is a phrase, just
Okay.
FYI.
The phrases are hard because doing life together or do life together. I couldn't say do life together. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm ready when you are.
All right. This is am I allowed to say how many words are in this phrase?
Yeah, sure.
All right. This is a 2-worded phrase, often used when we are praying for somebody as they are getting ready to go on an adventure, or they're about to start. Maybe they're
hedge of protection.
Yes.
Is that it?
Actually, yeah, that was it.
Oh,
actually,
that was
3 words,
that was a good
yeah.
description. Dude, you're good at this.
So actually, what I wanted to use for that one, I was going to try to describe like a hedge, like out in front of your house, like the bushes. But I realized I probably would spend too much time trying to describe a bush and not.
If you would have described anything about a bush, I would have guessed hedge of protection. Because what is that? But we know it. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start the clock. This is a word, or a phrase. It's I'll just do the word. Okay, so this is a word where you are sharing. You share your. It's like a story. Testimony. Been working on my testimony.
Is that right?
I don't think. Yeah, testimony. I don't think. I guess that's just a word though. That's not really Christianese, but I don't hear that word anywhere outside church circles.
The courtroom.
Oh, in a courtroom. That's true.
Outside of that, it's probably not super common.
No. All right, you got one more for me?
Yeah, this one it's a phrase, but it should be really easy.
Okay.
So if you don't get it, there's something wrong. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, so this is a phrase used to describe a certain period in your day. Usually you spend it in silence.
Quiet time.
Yeah.
I think quiet time gives such a bad rap for like spending time in prayer and reading your
Hmm.
Bible. I think that quiet time is a horrible phrase, but I use it exclusively for that.
Yeah,
I don't
dude,
ever use say anything else.
dude, we could dissect these words for days and how we probably either like misuse them or don't really know what it means. Like the word hedge of protection. Like honestly, the word
We got a
I
book
don't
on that.
hedge is that like a term for angels? Like a is that what a posse of angels is called? A hedge?
Yeah, like a school of fish, a
A
hedge of
hedge of
angels.
angels.
Yeah, just a bit,
It,
or like hedge funds, you
yeah.
know, angels
But,
are investing, they're buying up the GameStop. It's all related.
or maybe it does have to do with like the bushes that are surrounding your house because they're
They're the hedge of
around.
protection.
I mean, I don't know if a hedge has ever protected somebody like the bush hedge,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but it has kept like animals out, like in the movie Over the Hedge.
I was just thinking, Over the Hedge
Mhm.
never gets enough credit for anything.
It's a solid movie.
I love how we always get into random early 2000s DreamWorks movies in the middle of our commentary. It's foundational.
That is my life. So,
Last week was Madagascar 2. This
oh,
week
dude,
we're
for
talking
real, yeah.
about Over the Hedge.
Hedge,
And next week we're bound to talk about
nah,
probably
Kung Fu Panda.
what's the show? Oh, I love going
Dude, I do too. It's because it's awesome.
Tony, thanks for joining me, my man.
Yeah, 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 man.
I hope you have a great rest of your conference.
Thank you, sir.
Now
It was
you're nice and fresh on your Christianese. You should be able to close out the week
Oh yeah,
just
I'll have to
fine.
get on the. I'll have to insert myself in the Zoom call with like thousands of people and be like, I can translate all this Christianese for
I
you
can
guys.
try. I love that. All right, man. Have a good week. Talk to
All
you
right,
later.
take it easy, man.
Bye. What's up, everybody? I'm here with Spencer. He is a American football coach. Got to specify because he lives in Belgium, and he's got some unique perspectives for us today on the world, faith, in football, and everything he does. He's started a blog, but yeah, welcome, Spencer, to the podcast. How's it going?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Zach. Yeah, and thank you for clarifying because when I tell people I coach football over here, it means something different. So yeah,
Right.
American football. Yeah, that's it.
That's funny. Do you play non-American football? What we would call soccer?
I don't, but that is a very big deal over here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I came over to Europe originally in 2014 as a American football player. I had played in college and I played in the league over here, and I had some injuries and I couldn't play anymore, so I turned to coaching, and I've been coaching ever since.
So you started coaching in Belgium.
Well, I don't know how much time you have, but I'll give you just a quick story. But I
Yeah,
came
take your
over in
time.
2014. I was a player in Poland, and I played a full season. But then the last game I got injured, and it was kind of a recurring injury, so I quit playing. But I stayed on as a coach, and then I coached in Austria. I coached a year of college football in California. Came back, coached in Germany, and then since 2017, I've been the head coach of the national team here in Belgium.
Coaching around the world.
Yeah, if you caught all that.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, so elephant in the room. How are the waffles over there?
They're as good as you think they would be. Yeah,
Really?
Belgium.
They're not overhyped?
I mean, I think it depends on where you go. There's some places if you happen to be in Brussels where like you might get one that you're like, I mean, I don't know if it's worth the money, but there's a lot of good places if you know where to go. But I think Belgium is known for waffles, chocolate, beer, and fries, and all of those are
Fries.
pretty good. Fries are actually Belgium; they're not French. That's a big issue with some people here too. Um,
What?
if you Google that one, you'll probably get some good stories. But that's a thing here too that people like.
You're
But
like,
they're all
it's
good.
ours.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so funny. So how do you work in your faith with coaching? And do you try to um witness to people as you're working with them, or do you kind of keep it separate? And how's that look like in your life?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, in my role, when you're, I don't know, coaching a national team in like, Belgium, we have it's a really weird country because like half of the country speaks Flemish, which is like Dutch, and then
Can you
half of
say
them
one thing in
speak
Flemish?
Goedemorgen, is like good morning. But then the other half speak French, and so like the lingua franca is English. So when you're coaching, it's always English, but everyone who you're coaching to is like receiving that in like their second or third language. So it's really, I don't know, it's really different, just culture in general. But so for me, I mean, in my role, I don't try to be too like overtly, um, trying to like shove Jesus in the face of all my players when I'm coaching. But
Yeah.
I do try to, I don't know, exemplify and demonstrate, what it means to walk the Christian life. And I try to coach with biblical principles, and hopefully that will lead to some conversations where people, or players might ask me, "Hey, what did you mean when you said this?" And I'm like, well, I'm glad you asked. This is what I meant. Um, but yeah, so it's tough to be like super like direct on
Oh
like
yeah.
this is why you guys need the Lord. But I do try to work it in, when I can.
Nice. What has the sports season in the middle of the pandemic been like
Yeah, man. Ours,
over there?
our season was canceled this past year, so we play in the fall, like American football does in the States. But we play in the fall, but everything got pushed to this year. So it was weird, not having a football season, but it's also kind of nice because I got married just over a year ago. So my first year of marriage was,
Congrats.
yeah, thanks. So my first year of marriage was, we were really tested early on because we were thrown into quarantine and locked down together. Um,
Oh
but
yeah.
but we're still together, so it I guess it made us stronger. But
Nice.
it
It's like
was
a
nice. I
reality
mean,
TV show.
yeah,
Locked
yeah,
down for your
for
first
sure.
year of marriage.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, I think a little bit of a relief to not have football during this pandemic, just to kind of focus on trying to be a good husband and just spend some time with my wife and chill, do some other things. So, but I'm excited to get back on the field this year.
Yeah, and you blog about all of that, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You're a little bit of a
I write.
writer.
Yeah, I write pretty widely, but I do write about football a lot. I write about faith a lot. I do like a lot of stuff about reading and like book reviews, stuff like that. So it's kind of it's not like a super specific niche. It's just like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But yeah, a lot of football stuff.
Nice, nice. What's the biggest difference aside from like the language barrier if I were to just walk into Brussels today?
Biggest difference.
What would like
Um,
strike me?
yeah, I would say the architecture. Architecture in Europe in general is just much different than the States,
Hmm,
but yeah, it's everything's old. The streets are more narrow. Sometimes the car is a little bit different. I think just the general feeling of when if you look at 360 view around you, everything is like this looks familiar, but something's different. I don't know. The buildings just a little bit older, a little bit more different than they are in the States. Um, yeah, I think the architecture for sure you'll notice.
interesting. Yeah, I'm a real estate agent, so always watching out for that architecture.
There you go. International
Um,
market, man.
oh yeah. Yeah, I can picture the house hunters on whatever HGTV, the
Yeah.
the European episodes. I watch those.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Those are good.
so okay, let's paint a picture here. I'm gonna challenge you a little bit. I did not
Sure.
prompt you for this.
That's all right.
All right. Give me your best coaching monologue. We're in the final quarter, last couple of minutes of the game, and we're down a lot of points. I'll just say a lot because I don't know what a lot really would be for where we're at. But okay, so that's where we're at. Everyone's in the locker room. We need a pep talk. Best pep talk for your team, full of despair, been fighting the whole movie. This is a movie, by the way,
Yeah.
and and go.
Well, first of all, if we're in the fourth quarter, we're down a bunch of points. I don't know why we're in the locker room already, but I'll go ahead and go with that.
Would that not be in the locker room? I don't really watch
Well, yeah,
a lot of
I'll say
sports.
I'll say I called a long timeout and we're on the sideline.
Really long timeout. Right
Yeah,
on.
or it could be halftime and we're down just a ton
I
of
like that.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
halftime. Okay, sure. Set
Okay.
it up.
Yeah, sure. So I would say, I mean, I was not prompted for this, so just not really thinking it through. I would say, I mean, there's only two things, in life that you really can control. You can't control weather, you can't control taxes, you can't control death, you can't control what the referee calls. You can't control what other people say to you or if the other team's talking smack. But you can only control two things, and that is your attitude and your effort. So in the second half, the only thing I ask is that you control the controllables, and that's doing everything you can with the best attitude and everything you can with high effort. And that's all I got.
And then we all band together.
Yeah.
We
And then we
rush
score
out
80
of the
unanswered
locker room.
points, yeah.
Our long
Come back.
timeout. We run out there and win the game.
Yeah.
And it's raining. Can you play
Hollywood
football in the
blockbuster.
Oh yeah. Boom. Movie, Oscars, here we come.
Yeah.
You won. Best supporting or best actor right there.
There you go. Can't wait.
All right. Well, next time I want to just go to Belgium and I want to try all of those things you said, and we should eat all of those calories and then burn them all in one day. However many calories we eat.
Should do that.
We could even do that remotely, I guess. Let's do that for the next one. We eat like 1,000 calories and burn them all.
Just
all in like
whip up a bunch of waffles.
Yes, I love it. Awesome, man. Well, where can people follow you? What's your best platform and usernames for that?
Yeah, I mean, unlike most millennials, I don't have Twitter, which is shocking to a lot of people, but I do have Instagram. That's where most of my work gets shared.
Were you banned from Twitter?
Yeah, I never in
Were
my
you
life have
censored?
created one. No. No, I'm not in America, so it's different over here. But yeah, I don't have a Twitter, but Instagram is mainly where I'm, gonna be at. You can find me. I mean, if you search Spencer Ferrari Wood, there probably will only be one person that comes up. That's me, but it's S_Ferrari Wood. You can also go to my website, spencerferrariwood.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for jumping on the call, man. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, appreciate it, Zach.
This was awesome. Talk to you soon, man.
See you.
And that's our show. Thanks so much for watching this week's episode of Late Night Chat with Zach. I had a great time talking with my friend Tony, talking with my friend Spencer. They're awesome. Thank you, Tony and Spencer, for coming on the show. And be sure to give me 5 stars, because that's all we really care about at the end of the day is those sweet, sweet stars and or like buttons, depending on if you're watching this on YouTube. Then the like button. But if you see stars anywhere else, press those. And we will see you guys in the next episode.